Okay, if I'm going to give it a couple minutes. If you guys do not come back, I'm going to bail out. Because there's another live I kind of wanted to watch right now that I just saw. However, I did say I was going to come back, so I chose to forego my own viewing pleasures to be of service to my beloved community. And hopefully you guys might have, if you see this on replay, go ahead and put it into the comments, or you can email me personally at hollywoodtactical.com. If you don't want me to answer it publicly, I can answer you privately as well. If you have any like pressing big picture questions or anything like that, please feel free to reach out and we'll go from there. So I'll wait here for, hey, Marcos. Yeah. I mean, any kind of major question that you might have, like what's the meaning of life? Why are we here? How do I know what to believe? What's the deal with global warming? Why is it so cold? Why is it so hot? Why is it flooding so much? What's up with Venus? Why is Venus so hot? Hey, Jan. Hey, Mark. So any kind of questions you guys want to ask related to any subject, obviously, if I don't know, I'll just tell you. I know some science, not much. Where did you get that dope ass sweater? Okay, if you want to buy this, you can go to contact me. I made these. All I want for Christmas is to end the two-party system. So small, medium, large, extra large, double extra large. I have 2 triple extra large. These are very limited in number. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Todd, weren't you the one that said just end this one and start another one? I think it was you. I'm not on StreamYard this time, so I can't flash up anything, any comments on the screen. So, but this way I can just go indefinitely. Although I would rather not. I mean, it's still early for me, but I do want to get back to my life. Still want to know why the 20.5 is more than $100. I think it's a factor of a lot of things. Number one, first and foremost, it's more than $100, $150, because, in capitalism, it's what the market will bear. You'd be dumb to sell this for 100, right? Because they know 100% of what they make will sell, right? And they'll sell out. So if you can make 50% more per unit, you kind of might as well. For better or for worse, that's the way markets work. So they're charging what the market will bear. Okay. At $200, they might not sell out super fast. At $150, they're selling out as fast as dealers can get them in, right? So if they're selling at retail 150, their wholesale price is probably 175, something like that. So the Demcos themselves are not making that much. Now, considering that they know they've invented the best lock in the past 70 years, they want to maximize their profits while they can before everybody else starts making it when their patent runs out. Hopefully hopefully for us, they don't, but for themselves, they might want to, trademark it so that nobody else can use it. So that would be the smart move on their part. And then I think you can also, hit me up at hollywoodtactical@gmail.com. Description. You can also check me out at, I think it's Hollywood Tactical on Instagram. You can also go to to party on Instagram. Oops. Let me scroll up here. So number one, it's over it's $150 because they can. Number two, volume. Uh, to a certain degree, a certain percentage of that $150 ticket is because they can only make them in so many batches. They might make them in 500 unit batches versus Cold Steel that might make 5,000 or 15,000. Okay, so that's going to hurt them in the production cost, right? Lastly, the machining involved in a shark lock is way more advanced than probably just about any other knife out there right now. I don't know well enough. I'm not a machinist, but I suspect that this requires more machining than liner locks, frame locks, button locks, axis locks. I think nothing else requires it as much. I think. I don't know. So let's see. I have a friend. She has a shirt that says, "I'd rather be smashing the preacher." Yes, that's awesome, JN. That's awesome. Mostly because it's his first knife doing the production in Taiwan, limited number of orders. Yeah, like I said, that's part of it. So part of it is because they can. Part of it, is a smart move. Part of it is what the market will bear. Part of it is they're doing small batches, small numbers, and that hurts them. And part of it is production costs are higher because the machining is harder. So I think that those, 10% here, 7% there, 15%, that's where you get that big markup. Because otherwise, you're right. It's pretty much about $100 knife. Price and demand. Jan, where are you geographically? I mean, if you want to share. You're not in California, are you? I don't remember. And there are so many people I ask repeatedly, like Matt. It took me forever to figure out he's in Arizona, and Goondocks. I always think he's in Florida and he's in Oregon. I don't know why I get that mixed up. Hey, Matt, here you are. So if you're watching a movie, how are you on? Oh, because you're like watching the movie and you're like, yeah, isn't that funny? Ha 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 ha. Keister that shit. Keister, quick. Keister. Yeah, kids, isn't that a great movie? Keister. Okay, let's see. Here we are. Business partners ensure the due diligence of overprice. That's a more direct way of saying it. Yes, indeed. That's correct. Like people said, $80 knife, $70 lock. Yeah, that. Matt's in New Mexico. He is? I thought he's in Arizona. Okay, then they tell you other scales available, but they are $67. I know. Makes two. That's what I was saying the other day. Someone was saying how wonderful their micarta scales for their 80-20.5 was. And I'm like, okay, but I looked them up. They're $70 scales. That means I paid $220 for this knife. I mean, I agreed to the 150 price tag because they forced my arm. I was held captive. I didn't have a choice not to. But I have a choice not to get those damn micarta scales. Don't get me wrong, I want to, but I better not. Got a few kicks left in me. Movie, phone. Oh, phone. Frosty the Snow. Oh, keister that machete. All right. Okay, let me get some lube. Let me oil that sucker up. The sheath too? Hey, how's this? Hey, guys. So for, because this is the late night version. This is late night content. Okay. So let's see. Where are we? Movie, phone. Okay. Evening. Finding Keister Nemo. Okay. I could be wrong. The Lion Keister. Oh, now it's coming. Yes, he's in Arizona. My little Keister pony. This is getting good. Coming to Keister America too. Yeah, sure. All right, keep them going. I was gonna do one for the Incredibles. The Inkeisterables. Okay. Anyway, late night with Hollywood Tacticeister. Oh, that's gonna be my new nickname, Tacticeister. How to tactically keister a machete. I mean, I just realized we're just making a joke, but look, obviously I've never keistered anything, but I just realized keistering is an incredibly important survival tactic. I mean, that's about as important as it gets. I'm thinking about that brilliant side story in Pulp Fiction about his dad keistering the watch, and how important it was to get back. I mean, Pulp Fiction was a work of genius. That's art. That's when you realize that's and Pulp Fiction is such a great name for it too. It's deep, frankly, because Pulp Fiction was not considered art. It's what's called so that's why to me Pulp Fiction, that film, is what I call genius low end, or um, something that is pulp, right? In other words, it's not meant to be high art, but it's done so well and it's such a sophisticated way and so compelling that it does reach high art, you know? So a lot of that which today we consider art was not considered high. I mean, Shakespeare, for one thing, was always considered populist art. Today we consider it high art, but at the time it was incredibly crass, which is why there's so much like incest, murder, and all kinds of crazy fucking shit in it, you know? My Little Keister Pony, coming to Keister at late night. Okay, My Little Keister. Okay, my bad. Arizona. It is. You have my permission to be in Arizona. Home keistering alone. That's gonna be my biopic. Is gonna be home keistering alone. Why is that obvious? Prisoners keister valuables. Yeah. Pulp keister. Yep. A Mary Keister. Yes. Okay. I was hoping this might have a little bit more intellectual value, but keistering it is. Okay. I saw Pulp Fiction on 2 hits of acid in a little independent theater on opening night. Wow, cool. Cool. That's super cool. I was doing a lot of acid back then too, but not for the movie. Oh, is that it? Okay. So wait, you're watching, what movie did you say you were watching? You're watching, hold on, I forgot already. A Beautiful Keister, yes. I think you said you were watching. Oh, Frosty the Snowman. The claymation version or the hand drawn animated one? Dead Keister Society. Okay, now it's coming. This is getting good. I have to admit, this is pretty. This is hit thumbs up if you guys could. Just realized they haven't made a folding machete. Only the Gerber Double Down, which I was kind of curious. I was like tempted to check out. Uh, the Grinch, who how the Grinch keistered Christmas. Very good. Oh, keister my keister. Yes, indeed. I've had the pleasure of never doing acid. Saw what it did to a few friends. It so the thing with acid is different people react to it in different ways. For the most part, it's relatively safe in that the acid molecule is relatively identical. It's extremely similar to the serotonin molecule. So it, it's relatively safe. Firstly, you cannot overdose on it. It is impossible to overdose on. Um, now, some people are not able to take it. So, for example, a friend of mine, he dropped some acid, and even after he came down, he had all these bubbles in his visual field. And he was like, fuck, this is not going away. So finally he had to admit it to his mom. He was like, Mom, I got to tell you something. Look, I dropped some acid and my vision hasn't returned. So his mom took him to the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, yeah, like 1 out of 150,000 people have that effect with acid. And yeah, welcome to the rest of your life. There's nothing we can do. So his visual field is permanently distorted. So yeah, and it doesn't really leave the system, so you can have a flashback anytime in your life, et cetera, which to me is like a free high. But anyway, yeah, it messes with your serotonin a little bit. In terms of permanent damage, it's difficult to say. So okay, okay, cold steel espada is a folding machete or pretty close. Probably that's what I was thinking. Is that's probably one of the biggest folders. I've never done any form of drugs except caffeine. Never even tried a cigarette. Well, good. You're not missing out. I mean, not really. And caffeine is easily one of the most insane drugs out there. You can do a lot of caffeine and have a fucking major head trip. I've gotten pretty spun out on caffeine. I know that. Um, there's a really fascinating book. Oh, God, I wish I could remember it. Such a fascinating book, but it was all primary sources on every major classification of psychotropic drug, and it's all like snippets of like conversations, journal pieces from like artists, writers, etc. And one of the chapters was caffeine and people just getting whacked out on caffeine. In fact, caffeine, as it became very big in the cafe culture in, starting in Vienna and moving into Western Europe, Vienna being sort of the gateway to Western Europe, um, in a lot of ways is contributed to the intellectual ferment of the 18th, 19th centuries. That cafe culture, people getting zonked out of caffeine and just discussing philosophy, history, politics. That's where a lot of our socialist thought comes from, which at that time, including up until today, is the pinnacle of modern European Western social thought in terms of political philosophy, etc. Uh, we in America wouldn't know that, but the rest of the world does, and the intellectual classes in America do as well. But it's been lost to the most of the rest of the society. And that one Gerber Balisong looking one, yeah, that's the one I was talking about. The double down, I think, isn't that what it's called? The double down. The double down. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. And the KFC sandwich. Sorry, I don't know what that means. uh, Drugs run rampant in my family. Did the opposite of them. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I came from the exact opposite, which is why I went off the deep end. And then I have friends who came from whacked out homes that were like, I don't drink, I don't do nothing. And it's like, I really applaud that. A lot of you know, for me, that was my rebellion was to be, your classic rebel. But kids that come from rebellious household, they go the other way, and good for them. That's their rebellion. I never did get to try that one. Which one? The KFC sandwich? Is that a drug? Is that a reference to a drug? I don't know. Freaking A, Hollywood. What is your day job? You have to be a professor at Caltech or something. What do you do? Uh, Caltech is a science school, and I doubt any of their professors can talk like me. Sure, they're geniuses when it comes to mathematics, science, physics, but many scientists are extremely poor at lateral thinking and have almost no um, social thinking or even ability to think socially. That's why, in fact, a lot of scientists, like really the hard sciences, a lot of them are really quite backwards when it comes to political and social thought, are really shockingly dumb, if you will, which is why it's very important to understand the number of intelligences. So if you want to look up multiple intelligences, the guy who kind of wrote the book on that is a guy named Howard Gardner, Gardner. He's a child psychologist. He works on child psychology, which kind of explains probably how he came upon this. And as he was doing child cognitive psychology, he was discovering that clearly there are very different sorts of intelligences, and none are better than the other or replace the other or as good at, etc. They're separate. And he started off with three or four, moved to eight. I believe he increased it to 11, if I'm not mistaken. And that was its sort of penultimate form for the past 20 plus years. But for at least the past 10 years or more, he's been suggesting he's going to add three, four, five, six more. And I think he hasn't decided yet. So things like musical intelligence, social intelligence, internal intelligence, like understanding your own thoughts. That's an intelligence. Innovative intelligence. That is the kind of intelligence that allows you to create new fields like Marx, um, 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 Freud, etc. And then you have like completion intelligence, where somebody like Mozart will not innovate a new field, but take a given field and just perfect it. Just after Mozart, nobody did that kind of music anymore because they were like, well, he kind of perfected it. We're gonna have to just do something else altogether. Fuck, this thing keeps coming loose. Okay, I'm gonna have to fiddle with that again. Okay, let's see. Well, I never did try to get that one. I still don't know. I was curious, but also too lazy to sit in those lines to get one. Oh, you mean during that sandwich, which has the better sandwich? That thing? No, KFC had a sandwich called the Double Down. Oh, the buns were fried chicken and then it was a cheeseburger. Oh, I would try that. Oh, I would definitely try that. So I guess I missed the boat on that one. Always looking for a solution, even if the solution is worse than the problem, kind of thing, Hollywood. Do you mean in terms of scientists? How'd he get to be a psychologist so young? He was a child psychologist. He was the Doogie Howser of the psychological world. I always point to Solaris being done for $80. A great knife, in my opinion. I agree. It's what the man said. Yeah. So a guy that went to my graduate school, Thomas something, he wrote a popular book that describes the multiple intelligences that's less academic than Howard Gardner. So if you guys are interested, check that one out. Let me see. Thomas multiple in Thomas Armstrong. There it is. Multiple intelligences. He went to the same grad school as I did. Well, they're showing all Howard Gardner's books. That's funny. Here it is. Multiple Thomas A. Armstrong. Here it is. Damn it. They're not giving me his original one. Yeah, this one's multiple intelligences in the classroom, which is not the one I'm thinking of. Called seven. Oh, okay. So it's seven intelligences. Sorry. You know what? I don't know. You guys could Google it yourselves. Damn it. I see. This is the multiple intelligences in the classroom. That's different. That's not the one I was thinking of. Anyway, let's Google it your own damn selves. It's called. His name is Thomas Armstrong. Anyway, 2009. Yeah, this is not the one. Oh, whatever. I'm old. My books are probably not the books I know are not in the probably not in print anymore. Damn it. There goes how relevant I am. Anyway, let me write it in the chat real quick. Thomas Armstrong, multiple intelligences. Okay, let me catch up here. It's what the man said. Love the Solaris. You never answered. What is your job? Where are your talents being utilized? Wish the Solaris and the Asher knives were sold through White Mountain Knives. You know what, Todd? Contact Justin. Send him an email. He's extremely responsive. Just go to the website and say, hey, can you become a reseller for Solaris and Asher knives? That's a good idea. I have multiple intelligence, but they give me lots of medicine for it. Indeed, he works in the fashion industry. Would cost more probably. So I make clothing. I produce animated films, live action too a little bit, but mostly animation. I teach English. I teach accent reduction to foreign actors. Um, uh, yeah, and other stuff. I do a lot of stuff. I've worked for politicians a lot, which I'm not going to go into that. I don't want to prevent my ability to get work again. But yeah, I've done work in politics a lot too. But I always it's one of that Al Pacino from just when I'm getting out, they drag me back in. So I have some friends in politics, and anyway, I don't want to get into actual politics. I like talking about political philosophy more than actual politics, because actual politics is what you think it is. It's very underwhelming. Many man of many talents. What are some of the films you've produced? And an international man of mystery. I was wondering if Marcos was joking or not. Joking about what? Oh, the fashion industry. Yeah, I manufacture clothing. One of the things that I want to do is Molly from Justin and OCD for EDC. She's always talking about we need to make pants for girls that have big pockets. So, you know, as I learned today, I hate politics. Yeah, I just why today in particular. But anyway, um, it's just these fucking. I got to be careful. See, I keep hearing this. Now, I'll tell you why. Okay. I'll tell you why women's pants don't have pockets. It's because it fucks up. It's the same reason. Have you guys bought a suit and you're probably wondering why the fuck are the pockets on my jacket stitched shut? Really high end suit pants, the pockets are also stitched up because it fucks up the lines, right? When you're wearing fashion, you want it to look nice. You don't want it to be functional. Now we want it to be functional, but the designer doesn't. It's the same reason why the fucking Mordax doesn't have a thumb stud. Why the fuck does it not have a thumb stud? Why would you not have a thumb stud? It's because the guys at Farm Forge don't like the look. Okay. Um, Liang Ma has the same problem with um, um, yeah, there's certain things that he's like, everyone's asking me to do this, and he's like, I just don't like the way it looks. So you're at the mercy of the designer. I told them at Blade Show West, they said, "Oh, it looks like you altered your Mordox." I said, "Yeah, I took a great knife and made it perfect." Okay, because it's a trillion times better. I mean, that thumb stud makes or breaks this knife. Without it, you're stuck with the flipper only, which is boring. I want to be able to middle finger flick it, and it middle finger flicks friggin' great. Politics are too hard to stop. Yeah, the thing is, Todd, with the politics being hard to start, I don't mind talking endlessly about actual political philosophy and such, but when you get into actual politics, it's just I don't want to sit here and have an endless catalog of the duplicity of politicians. Okay, because that's not political philosophy. That's just here are the compromises. Here's the way in which the ruling classes sell out the little guy, which is a laundry list that's never going to end. Have I bought a suit? Man, I shop at Walmart. You can buy suits at Walmart. No, wait, can you? No, never mind. No, you can't. Sorry, never mind. Oh, Lancelot Leather's here. Hey, make women pants with pockets and women will buy it. No, I know, but you'll never charge a premium for it. Um, the, you know the and again, women's pants are also very shallow because women's hips sit further down, right? That's why you can always tell a woman that's why women sashay when they walk, because their hips rock left to right as they walk because their center of gravity sits lower inside the hip socket, down lower down. So their pants are shallower. There's not enough space for decent pockets. And if you put decent pockets on women's pants, they look like big bloomer pants. So that's the problem. And so again, um, you can understand that's where you end up. Men function over fashion, women fashion over function. Yeah, yeah. And there's also the inherent limitation that I was just telling you. We need to kickstart our pocketed jockstrap, maybe a pocketed bra too. I think they already have pocketed bras. That's been done for a while and never really took off for some reason. I don't know why. They've been shooting that, they've been throwing that around since I think the 80s, and they were always considered gimmicks. I don't know why the pocketed bra never became a thing. I agree. I'd love to put out big pocket women's pants and bras with like little wallets and things right here where they store shit anyway, but they've never really taken off. And people have tried. Question of timing. Well, I had been designing underwear, but it turns out this army guy already put it out, but he created extra flaps for your junk so that there's less sweat. That shit is the bomb. The pocket strap logo is a kangaroo. Oh, right. Boobs, sweat, money. I know, right? That sounds hot. Women's has to look sexy for the man's. Man's ear. Cool. That's why women carry bags. Probably. And traditionally, they also carried more stuff. It's less and less so these days. Women carry less and men carry more. So kind of meeting in the middle now. And I am slightly afraid that I might have lost the bolt on this thing. Fuck. Yeah, shit. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, well, I gotta find one of my washers now. Son of a bitch. There's one washer. Where's the other washer? Ah, oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's the other washer. Now I need to find the screw. Damn it. All right. Well, trouble in the bubble. Well, I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Damn, I can't believe that happened. I mean, because I kind of wanted to keep it loose, but I didn't know what looseness I wanted because if you tighten it down too much, it doesn't flick as well. I mean, I'd almost even, no, it's not almost. I prefer blade play over a tight pivot that doesn't allow you to fidget very well, frankly. Okay, let's see. Junk flaps, absolutely. Jockstrap cup made out of Kydex with a slot for a small fixed blade. Oh, that would be great. I mean, my favorite, one of my favorite EDC fixed blades. I showed this last time. The K Bar TDK. You could fit that in your junk. Magnet. Just think, if you had a pocketed jockstrap, you could have had a safe place for it. Just get a magnet before you toss the joint. Yes, Kydex underwear. I know. How can you cause trouble when you're stuck in a bubble? Oh, um it's an old Mr. Rogers story there's this king and he gets stuck in a bubble and he can't get out. And it's like an impenetrable bubble. And like all the knights come with their lances and they try and pop the bubble. He's trouble in the bubble, trouble in the bubble. I was a kid. I don't remember the rest. I wish I remembered the ending of the story. So you guys will have to figure it out. It was a little animated segment too. So, I mean, just to sort of round out the discussion on politicians, the difference between discussing political philosophy and then talking about politics and then talking about politicians, it keeps going worse and worse and worse. Part of the problem with politicians is, by definition, they're by definition the dumbest people in any society, because a politician only acts when you can no longer deny the truth of something. I mean, and things have gotten so bad, that's not even the case anymore. But a politician will never act until it's a settled deal, until it's universally accepted. If there's any debate at all, let's not act yet. So that's the inherent limitation of politicians, is that only when everyone's like, yeah, this is an issue, then they act. I was quoting a movie, but now I have something to research. What was the movie? Can you tell us? Yeah, the alternative facts thing is a major issue right now because you've got this sophisticated and robust network of billionaire funded think tanks like the Heritage Institute. Now they're creating their own form of jurispolitics, what they call constitutional fundamentalism or something, where they're like, well, the Constitution says, which is just a non-existent brand of is that jurisprudence or whatever they call that? The study of law. And now you've got literally the head of the Supreme Court, Robert, whatever his dumbass name is. He comes from that school of thought, which is not a school of thought; it's totally invented. Biodome. Oh, that movie. Yeah, they're doing Biodome 2 now. And there was all that controversy around the first Biodome. Polly Shore. Well, Mitzi Shore. She runs all the comedy stores and stuff. Favorite politician saying from The Hunt for Red October: when I'm not kissing babies, I'm stealing their lollipops. Awesome. Cool. I like that. That's a good one. I don't remember that movie. I didn't read the book. The hell is this? All right. Well, what am I going to do about that missing screw? That's what I mean. It's going to show up. It's here somewhere. Unless I was flipping. Well, I'm going to have to add that to the pile of half-built. I've got all these knives I have to repair that, like, they just sit in a tray of parts until I get the parts. No, not a sequel to the movie Biodome, but there's a second Biodome project. Why do you keep saying magnet? Oh, use a magnet to find it? Oh. Okay, well, this whole tray is magnetic, so. Well, I found the pin that I wasn't missing. Okay. That's why you kept saying magnet. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to start putting these knives away. You guys can watch me clean up my knives, but a lot of these belong over there. I wonder how many will fit here. Barely fits. Good Lord. I mean, that really barely fits. What's weird is the shark lock comes with a thing where you can lock the zipper pouch. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's cool. Seems a little unnecessary. Seems a little overkill, but then again, where's my Hogue Deca? Hogue Deca. Where are you, Hogue? Hoagie, where are you? I miss you. Okay. Let's put the smoke away. Let's put the Kaiser away. And let's put the sway back away. And the Solaris. Where's the Solaris? It's got to be here somewhere. Oh, the Mordax needs to be put away. Oh, yeah. This guy. The M-Tech. Oh, there's the Solaris. Okay. These need to go over there. I think I could put the 4Max here. Let's balance it out on this side. Honey Badger. Deca. Delica goes over here. These two out. Just take these over here. This one. Maybe not. Okay. Looking for strong magnets. Hold on. It's not titanium. Then you have to use your keister to find it. Yes, I bet he finds a toonie. We all live in Biodome 1. Biodome 2 is an experiment. Hopefully a glow-in-the-dark one. Looking for strong magnets if you have any on hand. Old hard drives that have failed, they contain super strong magnets. Oh, okay. I have quite a few of them from when I used to fix computers. Oh, cool. Don't tell me why I keep saying magnet. True. I use them to meteorite hunt. Oh, really? Can you do that? That's cool. Wow. Oh, microwaves do too? Oh, that's cool. Fix computers. What? Oops. Skip. What? Wait. What did you call a magnet with mental issues? Bipolar. Ha! Dude, I'm stealing that. I know. Aren't all magnets really bipolar? Yes, of course. What do you call a grizzly with mental issues? You can't use the words tell me why if you don't want some BSB lyrics. Who's BSB? Sorry, I don't know BSB. Bipolar bear? I don't get it. Oh, bipolar bear. Oh, okay. What do you call a grizzly with mental issues? Bipolar bear. That's funny. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Sorry, I don't know who BSB is. I don't recognize the song. What is BSB? Oh, never mind. Tell me why. I never want to hear you say I want it that way. Oh, Backstreet Boys. Somebody ban him. Who said that? I'm banning you. Who's going to be put on timeout? Was it Winchester? Winchester, you're banned. Don't take apart a microwave. Why not? I mean, as long as it's not on, it's not dangerous, is it? Okay, hold on. Let me catch up. I figured it out. I bought a giant magnet and tried using it to go fish with. Caught an M-Tech. Ha ha. Hey, don't mess with M-Tech. I like my M-Techs. It was me. If you ban Winchester, he will just make 100 more accounts. I know. It was a catch and release. Haha. Capacitors and radiation. No, it hold power. I forgot what the part is called, but it will kill you. Oh, you're talking about. So that's what the capacitor does? Capacitor. Oh, that's fucking scary. Okay, thanks for telling me that. That's a bit harsh. I didn't know BSB sign either. Yes. BCB equals banned. Got it. Yeah, I know. What up, my dude? Yeah. BSB will always get you banned. Good lord. Because you know what, guys? I was in Germany the year I spent a year studying in Germany as a at university, and that's when Backstreet Boys and David Hasselhoff were huge out there. Backstreet Boys at that time were visiting little school children's like they were visiting schools, and the girls would just go nuts. And I was like, "Fuck," Germany is where pop music comes to die, because they were fucking huge there. And then they followed me home. Anyway, did you see my tag for you on Lefty's Instagram? M-Tech in S35. No, really? But did Lefty unbox an M-Tech and S35VN? Really? I watched a PBS Spacetime video on magnetic monopoles. Oh, okay. Yeah, there probably are such things. Okay, BSB conversation got me plenty of lady time in high school. I embraced it. You're joking. Are you serious? I missed out. Yeah, I was a dork in high school. Like I was like all punk rock and stuff. So like to me, even just to get playtime with girls, I would not. I would just sit there and clown on them for liking Backstreet Boys and stuff. That obviously didn't win me any. I mean, I know now, you know, they didn't give a shit about my punk rock. They really didn't. I mean, that definitely did not win me any points in high school. These girls didn't give a shit about punk rock. Here I was, some stupid ass purist, thinking that was so dope, and it was far from it. Oh, here's the Deca. How did it fall in that tray? Where's my bag? Oh, there it is. I know I'm not talking, guys. I'm sorry. I'm tweaking on this thing right now. So I need to organize it a little bit better, or a lot better. Oh wow, it all fits. So this is a makeup tray. This is where I put all my, the ones with pouches. So like it's like a makeup tray thing. It's for makeup. It's obvious. Put that there. There we go. Okay, let me put some of this away. Let me catch up. Go to Lefty's Instagram, right? Meow. Oh my gosh. Haha, you like Backstreet Boys, loser, sexy time? Yeah, I know, exactly. Heavy metal headbanger in high school with the hair to match. No way. Same, but short hair for me. I'm not a troll. Plus, Hollywood wouldn't permanently ban me. He's my boy. He'd make fun of me, and I'd take it like a champ. It's all good. It's all in good fun. LOL. Yeah, I need to see that ASAP. Sisters hated that I had better hair than them. Good man. I never pegged you as a troll. It's not a makeup tray no more. I know where I put all my imaginary things. Huh? You should have named the crab multi-tool Lindsay Lohan because of the Family Guy reverse crab bit. I don't think I remember that. I have friends that are on Family Guy. They make it just down the street here. But well, then again, 90% of what you guys see are made down the street from here. Let me put some of this stuff away so I can try and find this missing screw. And not the missing one in my head, but the missing one for my knife. Okay, well, I did find a screw in that tray. I don't know if it's the actual one. We shall soon see. Well, it's something, but I don't think it's the one. No, it's not. This is going to be a pain. Oh, well. I think I'm going to have to try another time. I'll put this stuff in here for now. Ugh, what a drag. Yet another half assembled knife. And I want to fidget with it too. Okay, let's see where we're at, guys. Okay. I actually considered it and hoped someone would make that reference. Bees is all about the Family Guy. He should have done it. Makeup tray, imaginary things. Oh, I get it. Makeup tray. Lefty's S35 M Tech. Boy, do it. Looks like Hollywood's puts on sunglasses screwing around, huh? Hollywood cleans the other room. Hollywood goes to bed. I know. Oh, MTech Evolution. It's $99 on Amazon. Yeah, that's been out for a while. The MTech Evolution line, they put out the Evolution line with all upgraded materials. Some of it looks kind of promising, but once again, change the name altogether. Last time Hollywood ended the live and everyone left, I think, but he was still on making funny kissing faces. I don't know. It wasn't. It was us making like duck lips. I don't know. It was really weird. Lefty mainly judges knives on the action. My knives need to actually cut. Did you film it? Someone saying they hate MTEX is like saying they hate Dave Chappelle because he says stuff that isn't factual. Huh? Hey, Joe, I agree with you. By the way, the knife needs to be used and not just flicked. Hollywood, you wouldn't happen to have any rights, would you know? Kissy face after show, and I missed it. Oh, you can go back and see it on the replay. It was, I think, 2 live streams ago. Yeah, I was saying bye, and then for some reason we just started going and making all these weird lip faces, like square lips. I don't even remember. It was just really random. I don't have any rights, and Joe at Lancelot Leather was saying that his knives need to cut. See, he works with leather, and so you need a review to tell you the cutting action of a knife. As you can see, I have so many knives. For me, at this point, I just look for action, which is why I was saying button locks, button locks, button locks, button locks, axis locks, shark locks, you know. I get if you don't mind constantly stropping and sharpening, even a steel doesn't matter that much. It just depends on how much you want to strop something. Because if you get a super steel, sure, the edge retention will be a lot longer, but then once it comes down to sharpening, that itself is going to become a giant pain in the ass. So it's kind of a toss-up. Wait, Ian, what did Ian say? Kissy face after shit. I was. Yeah, I mean, obviously that should be the first thing. It's how well it cuts. But again, cutting is a function of geometry. Um, well, then it does get important because if you really want it to slice well, you want to lay the edge down as much as you can. But then certain steels don't respond very well to really, really thin edges, which is why people use utility blades, razor blades and utility blades, and then toss them in and get some more. That'll slice as good as anything. I love my EXO because I can cut into a cardboard box without worry. Just put a little blade out. Oh, I can use a destroyer box to no problem. Let the whole blade out. It's versatile goodness. Wow, cool. Really? I gotta get that EXO. It's just too much. I don't know if I want to do that. For leather, I mainly use disposable scalpel blades. See? Exactly what I just said. That's your best option because, the thinness behind the edge of a scalpel blade is super thin. They don't use very high quality. They just use a stainless steel, German surgical steel, like a 440, 420. They use not super great edge retention because you just use it and discard it. But it's geometry ultimately that cuts. And once it stops cutting, you move on to the next. I will have one day. I know I plan on it one day. I found out that my mail didn't get stolen, just sent back for no reason, which is its own headache. Okay, there is something to the geometry cuts thing when dealing with tough material to get through. Yeah. So I can say just the tip again. I miss those days. Oh, yeah, right. Well, then, if you want me to ship your gifts, I am shipping tomorrow. Okay. We stopped saying just the tip. No. I use it all the time. It's a great joke. It always, anyway, you say, hey, baby, just the tip. Kick, kick, kick. Always a good chuckle at first. What am I going to do about that fucking screw? God, what a pain in the ass. The fuck did I not notice it? Well, I know why, because the thing was still in there when the screw fell out. Oh well. It'll show up. Can blade condoms stop being a thing though? Is there such a thing? I did see someone's video today though talking about how the Warrior O light has to have a condom so that you don't actually hit the tail light so that it doesn't burn a hole in your pants. Snuzz, I'd say go for it and we can see what happens. Okay. Yeah. Glad you guys are able to work that out. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Sorry. Somebody was saying something earlier. I was just trying to catch up. Snuzz, I'd say go for it. Okay. I know what I was gonna say. I think that's why the Swiss Army knife works so well, because they're very thin behind the edge, and they don't use astounding steel. They use serviceable steel, good steel, that's very stainless. I think they focus more on stainless for for the sake of their durability, and something that strops and sharpens easily and well, but otherwise holds a good edge, a thin apex. Because I used the shit out of my sack the other day, and my SAK, and I was like, damn, this thing's slicey as hell. And I realized it's because they don't bother using very thick blade stock, because they're not worried about it, about batoning with it or some sort of thing. Just slicing this purely. I don't see the blade condom comment. I know Snuzz said it though. He uses blade condoms. Try putting it on live chat. Maybe you missed it. That's why we're in my Oli outside my pocket. That's scary. He used the crap out of his sack. Yes, I did. Hollywood, what were you using the hell out of your sack on? On box. I was cutting the hell out of box. I was opening some box with my sack. No, I really did. I opened. I was, because that was the only knife I happened to have on me. Oh, today's Tuesday.
It is 9:55 p.m.
I have 5 minutes. I forgot, guys. I have to hop on something in 5 minutes. So maybe Matt's movie thing is over by now. So can you hop on in 5 minutes, Matt? For the sake of these guys, I got to hop on something. I am so glad I set alarms for myself, because I would forget everything, which is just nuts. So let me get this going and keep getting these invitations to comedy shows. Ontario, that's too far, guys. You must be out of your minds. I am not going all the way there. Okay, let's see. Jason sent me. Oh, that's beautiful. You know, it is so beautiful. I can kind of see why. Northwoods. Yeah, I know that GEC makes for Northwoods. That handle. The thing is, in my opinion, the most biggest wow factor I get, even though I'm not a huge traditional guy, when I look at a knife and go, ooh, it's always a traditional or fixed blade. That like wood handle, there's something elegant about it. I've never had that with a modern, sadly. I've never looked at a model, ooh, wow, where your eyes get big. I never get the sense of a work of art from a modern because it just looks so much like an instrument, a tool, like a precision instrument. Whereas to me, a traditional still it takes on much more of that work of art factor. You know, I mean, take a look at that. To me, a traditional is what gives me that wow factor. Like, the hell did you send this to? What is this? I must have asked you to send it to me. Is that a pen, a mechanical pencil? Oh yeah, it must be. Look at this EDC loadout. God, you win that. I don't remember when you. I remember I asked you to send these, but good lord, you guys. Jason is the boss. Are these from Lancelot Leather? I think one of them is. I know. Remember, I remember you. I asked you to send those to me, but I don't remember seeing them that carefully. Okay, let's see. Oh, Shane's here. Let me catch up. Splitting some box. Yes. Okay. Oh, here we go. He used the crap out of his sack. I did. Hollywood. Okay. Holy crap. I didn't know there was a live chat, top chat thing. Oh, Matt. Huge. You've got to know that. That is a big, big, big deal. I think the TRMs are my sliceiest due to the thin blade stock. You know, I never was interested in the TRMs because they had liner locks, and then they had to come out with was it the Storm, I think, that has the axis lock, and now I'm like, ugh, but I don't want to pay that much for a knife. Splitting some box, yes, indeed. Oh no, I'm going to bed. I wake up early. Oh, okay. Damn, so we're liveless again. Sorry. Thin stock and geometry goes a long way. It does indeed. Hey Shane, same here. I gotta get to bed soon. I have to be up early tomorrow. What about you, Snuzz Go Live? Yeah, Snuzz Go Live. I get up at 5 a.m. So yeah, thank you for ending this. And if Lancelot would start a channel, Lancelot's too busy. Don't start a channel. Let him make his let him work. Uh, as much as it would be good for us, he needs to make more leather products for the rest of us. That's okay. I got shits to do in the AM too. Probably going to hit the hay myself. I cannot does do satisfaction. My knowledge is limited on the shenanigans. Really? What do you mean? Ah, oh, damn, it's jumped. I hate it when it does that. Okay, let me try and catch up. I agree with you. Hollywood, high tide ninja. I will help you one day, man. Yep, gorgeous knife. Haha, it's okay for now. Yep, I made the pocket organizer. Yeah, okay. If it's top tier amazing, it was Lancelot. Yeah, I know. Hey Joe, I can't remember my password for your site. Can't wait for my mats from him next year. Got to save up for them. Y'all want to know what I despise about most traditional? There's a ton of them. Snuzz. I'll see if I can find or reset it for you tomorrow. So many to choose from. Wow, Matt, you can miss a lot in a busy life. I know. How much have I missed already? Do tell Shane. That is true. Joe's feeling a huge need in this community. I hate that the clip points are wider at the clip than they are at the plunge. Drives me insane. I hate that the clip points are wider at the clip than they are at the plunge. Oh, really? Oh shit, you're right. It's 10. Okay. I have not looked at it close enough. I'm gonna have to look at that now. That's very interesting. Wow, so it like swells out, it flares out. That's odd. That's very interesting. Thanks for that. I would have never noticed something like that. Vark Tech. Hey Olivia, set us a link to your porn. Vark Tech. No .in or something. Anyway, all right. Thanks, guys, and I am going to tune out Eggs and Ham just in time for the end. Eggs and Ham. He might go live. Eggs. See if you can go live right now after you take out the dogs, because these guys want to do some more lives. I gotta hop on something. I see what you mean. That isn't so on this Buck 317, however. Okay. I'm gonna have to look at all my clip points now. Every clip point, like a muskrat. Because there's different kinds of clip points. Have a great night, everyone, and keep making it enjoyable. Hang out on Discord if you like, fellas. Who's Discord? Hollywood ended. We will not leave on our own. I know. I don't want to do it again. Okay, Eggs. Let these guys know if you're gonna go live, because they are itching for a live. And if you're on long enough, I could join afterwards too. Not usually on a buck. Okay, interesting. I have one buck traditional, and I rather like it. It was very inexpensive, and I rather like it. It's 23 degrees outside, snow and ice. God damn, that sucks. I'll be on for a while and voice speaking with whomever. My Discord snuz. Okay, do I need a invitation for your Discord? I'm not into fellas that way, snuz. Huh? Cord. Nike Jordan. Okay. Everyone's coming in now, huh? Yo, Snuz, message me about your Discord. I'll go live here in a few minutes. Gotta get up and grab a drink and such. Okay. Yeah, I had to. I was running out of water when I was putting my knives away. I was like drinking water, and they were like, "What is he doing?" If I could give you a link, I would. Okay. You mean like on Instagram? Set things up, you know. Yeah. So Eggs and Ham is gonna go live, guys. I'll see you over there in a little bit. Let me get over here onto this thing. It was a punctuation joke. Sorry. Yeah, I don't get the punctuation joke. Message me. Discord. I could give you a link. Yeah, sorry. I have a Discord. I don't know. Just finishing second supper and heading to bed for me. Second supper. I haven't really eaten much today. Oh, Nike Jordan is dabbing. Dab it out. All right, everybody hit like and subscribe, please, and leave a comment below. And if I see it, I'll respond. Okay. I'm on Hollywood Tactical on Instagram too. If you want to DM me over there, hang out on Discord if you like. Fill out punctuation joke. Oh, okay. Me either, Mac. Give out links, I guess. I think you're supposed to get invited to Discord. I don't know how Discord works. I've been on Discord, but I think you're supposed to get an invite to it. Either that or you have to pay to get into it or something like that. And I've been thinking of starting a Discord myself, even though I barely know what it is. But anyway, I sent many. Okay, how big is your knife collection? Super big. It's such that I lost count somewhere after 300. So yeah, I'm in excess of that. And I've lost some. And some I've lost in this room. I've lost my bug out and a cold steel machete. Yeah, so you can imagine how many knives I have if I lost a whole 24-inch cold steel machete. So there you go. Yeah, Instagram's easy. Or you can send me an email, Snuz, if you want to send me an email to hollywoodtactical at Gmail. Hollywoodtactical at Gmail. Okay, guys. See you over at Eggs and Ham. Thanks for joining, Nike Jordan. And check out more of my content. Subscribe, hit the ring, the notification bell, hit like. Thanks. Later, y'all. Maybe see you at Eggs. Yeah, if you stay awake. It's still early for me here. It's only 10. So, all right. Thanks for joining in, everybody. That's heaps more than I thought. Yeah, it's more than I thought, and it's more than I hoped. But yeah, thanks for joining in, Nike Jordan. Hope to see you again. Good night. See you guys over at Eggs and Ham 22.